Hi, Assalamualaikum and have a good day, everyone. Especially our lecturer, Dr. Hussein Abdullah. We are from Group 2 where we would like to present to you our report about the relationship between theories and concepts of economics to the current economy. This is a fellow presenter where we consist of 5 people including me. Okay, without wasting time, I'm passing to the first presenter, that is Najmuddin, presenting the introduction.
The first part is introduction. A consumer demand refers to people's willingness and ability to buy a specified number of goods and services in a specific time frame or a specific point in time. Simply wanting to buy something isn't enough to create effective demand. The next is consumer behavior is a psychological trait that determines whether or not a person purchases goods, services or other items. It's also research is vital since it aids business in improving their marketing methods. Besides, consumer choice is concerned with consumer spending choices. With that, consumer choices are influenced by a variety of economics factors, and economists can identify and predict consumer choice trends by understanding the relationship between this factor and individual purchasing behavior. Other than that, utility concept determining how satisfied a person is with their purchases is also determining how valuable a product is to a consumer.
Okay, I'm Natasha, the second presenter. I will present the respondent background section. As we know, respondent is very important in any research. This is because the respondent is the person who completes an interview or survey for the research. The most important in this survey, respondents must agree to complete the research. After that, the data collected will be analyzed using a table or pie chart. This is because to make it easier for the data to be identified for the end of the research. Okay, this is the pie chart we have used for the respondent background. There are 3 characters that are gender, age and ethnicity. The first character is gender. We can see the highest frequency of respondents are female, which is 65.5%, while male respondents are 34.4% who participate in the research. The next character is age. Here there are 3 age levels where the first level is below 30, the second level is 31 to 40 and the last level is 41 to 50. For these 3 levels, the highest level is the first level, which is 93.8%. For these 3 levels, the highest level is the first level, which is 93.8%, while for the second and the last level has the same percentage, which is 3.1%. The last characteristic is ethnic. There are 3 races that are Malay, Chinese and Indian. Based on the pie chart, shows the highest frequency of respondents is ethnic Malays, which is 65.5%. Then Chinese ethnic group as much as 28.1%, while the lowest ethnic group, which is Indian, 6.3%.
Hello and good morning, doctor. My name is Sing Yun Ting and my number metric is 279304. Consumer Behavior Part 1. A total of 32 respondents have participated in this survey through completing the questionnaire given via Google Form. 6 statements are included in this part of the survey, and the answer format is divided into 5 answer modes, which are strongly disagree, moderate, agree, and also strongly agree. The first statement is, I prefer to purchase goods, products depending on their brands. There are 11 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, which contains about 34.375%. At the meantime, 0 respondents, which means no respondents, strongly disagree to this statement, and thus the percentage contains in strongly disagree is about 0%. For the respondents who select agree are 10 respondents, which is about 31.25%. Moderate are 8 respondents, 25%, and disagree are 3 respondents, which is 9.375%. The second statement is, even if the price is high, I am glad if I can buy branded goods. There are 6 out of 32 respondents who strongly agree with this statement, which is contained about 18.75%. Meanwhile, there is no respondent or saying that 0 respondents should strongly disagree to this statement, and thus the percentage contained in strongly disagree is 0% also. For the respondents who select agree are 6 respondents, which is 19.75%. Moderate are 15 respondents, 46.875%, and disagree are 5 respondents, which is 15.625%. The third statement is, if my income rises, I will increase my purchase of goods. There are 6 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, which percentage contains about 18.75%. At the same time, the percentage for respondents who select strongly disagree in this statement is 0% due to there being no respondents select. For the respondents who select agree are 11 respondents, which is 34.375%. Moderate are 8 respondents, 25%, and disagree are 7 respondents, 21.875%. The first statement is, if the price of good is low, I will increase my purchase. There are 7 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, with percentage contains about 21.875%. Concurrently, there is only 1 respondent strongly disagree to this statement, which is about 3.125%. For the respondents who select agree are 10 respondents, which is 31.25%. Moderate are 8 respondents, 25%, and disagree are 6 respondents, which is about 18.75%. The fifth statement is, I prefer to buy goods online rather than in person. There are 5 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, which contains about 15.625%. Simultaneously, percentage of the respondents who choose strongly disagree to this statement are about 6.25%, which are only 2 respondents. For the respondents who select agree are 5 respondents, which is about 15.625%. Moderate are 15 respondents, which is about 46.875%, and disagree are also 5 respondents, which is about 15.625%. The sixth, or saying that the last statement is, purchasing goods online is more convenient and cost-effective. There are 7 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, which percentage contains about 21.875%. Concomitantly, no respondent chooses strongly disagree in this statement, so that the percentage for strongly disagree is 0% with 0 respondent. For the respondents who select agree are 9 respondents, which is about 28.125%. Moderate are 12 respondents, which is about 37.5%, and disagree are 4 respondents, which is about 12.5%. That's all from me, thank you.
Talking about point 302, it is about supportation of the surface finding. For the first is about I prefer to purchase goods or product depending on their brands. 11 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with, but no one strongly disagree. Occur due to the brand image created by every brand. And the second data is can get to differentiate what they want through a brand image. And the third data is a research has been carried out and they conclude that quality, no matter service quality or product quality that created by brand image and purchase intention have direct proportion. And the second is about even if the price is high, I'm glad if I can buy branded goods. 6 until 32 respondents, 6 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with, but no one strongly disagree with the statement. Why? Because the image of the brand that generated by the companies or brands. And the second is about the support. An example is iPhone are selling in a very high price compared to the other phones like Oppo, Vivo, Xiaomi, and the other example. However, iPhone always break the record in the most selling phones record. This is because the brand image represents the bright future of the technology industry, making its product eye-catching and cause everywhere. Every consumer believes their brand is in the near future. And the third is about if my income rises. I will increase my purchase of goods. 6 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with, but no one strongly disagree with this statement. For the first data, why? Because people's demand for normal goods will increase when their income rises, while people's demand will decrease when their income fails. Price of good is low. I will increase my purchase. 7 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this, whereas there are only 1 respondent strongly, and 14 disagree with this statement. For the first data is when the price of product fails, the quantity demanded of the product will rise, which means that when a product price is false or low, demand from the customer will rise, and people will increase their purchase accordingly. And the next about I prefer to buy goods online rather in the person. 5 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with, while there are having 2 respondents strongly disagree with this statement. For the first data is respondents agree in this statement is because there are having some outside factors such as a rising in gas prices, difficulty in getting to physical shops that had influenced them become more prefer purchase via online. And then the product information can be fully obtained by the customers together with the review that being passed by the other users. And then the last data is respondents like strongly disagree. Do they want to examine the product before they purchase, rejected to pay shipping, believe they could get better bargains at brick and mortar stores, enjoyed shopping in malls and brick and mortar stores, and they can also worried about they will not receive the item in the time or on time. And the last is about the purchasing goods online is more convenient and cost effective. 7 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with, whereas there are have not any respondents strongly disagree with this statement. For the first data is why, because to support this outcome is the news from Retail It Inside news had let us know that customer can always find cheaper price online than in stores, because there is more competition on the internet, and since the cost of a retailer to operate an online store is significantly lower than a bricks and mortar location. And the second data is made people become more confident due to the retailer will ship out of the product to consumer home. This consumer no need drive by themselves to different shop to figure out of the product they want to purchase. And the last data is it is also easier to perform product research online rather than driving from store to store, as many people do around the holidays. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Prof. My name is Nur Nifana binti Muhammad Kibi, number matric 278510. I'm going to present consumer behavior part 2. This data is gained from Google form that participate by 32 respondents. 5 statements is included in this part of survey. There were 5 scales to determine respondent opinion, which are strongly disagree, moderate, agree, and strongly agree. The first statement is if the price of good A fall by 50%, I will purchase it. 16 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, and percentage that stated is 50%. Meanwhile, 10 or 31.3% respond agree with this statement. For the respondent who select moderate are 3 respondents, which is about 9.38%. Disagree at 2 respondents, which is 6.25%, and only 1 respondent strongly disagree with this statement, which is about 3.13%. The second statement is even if the price of good A is high, I will still purchase good A. 11 out of 32 respondents or 34.38% respond as moderate to this statement. There are 3 respondents or 9.38% strongly disagree, and about 8 respondents or 25% disagree with this statement. Meantime, for the respondents who are select agree and strongly agree to this statement, which is 5 respondents or 15.63% respectively. The third statement is, if the price of good be rise by 50%, I will purchase good A. There are 14 respondents strongly agree with this statement, which contain 43.75%. At the meantime, 0 respondents, which means no respondents, strongly disagree with this statement. 4 respondents who select agree were 7 respondents, which is about 21.88%. Moderate was selected by 3 respondents or 9.38%. And lastly, 8 respondents who disagree with this statement, which is about 25%. The next statement is, if my income increased by 50%, I will purchase good A. There were 12 out of 32 respondents strongly agree with this statement, which is about 37.5%. At the meantime, 0 respondents, which means no respondents, strongly disagree with this statement. 4 respondents who are select agree were 7%, which is about 21.88%. Moderate were selected by 9 respondents, which is about 28.13%. And lastly, 4 respondents who disagree with this statement, which is about 12.5%. And the last statement is, if my income increased by 50%, I will purchase both good A and B. 11 respondents strongly agree with this statement, and it's conclude about 34.38%. For those who select agree and moderate were 6 respondents respectively, which is about 18.75%. In the meantime, 7 respondents who were disagree with this statement, which is about 21.88%, and only 2 respondents or 6.25% who were strongly disagree with this statement. Okay, next is I'm going to present the explanation of consumer choice. Firstly, consumer choice influenced by the price of goods. Price perception greatly affect a consumer decision to purchase a product. Consumer more likely preferring purchasing the good depending on the decreasing price of the good itself. This is because, according to statement 1, 16 and 10 respondents strongly agree respectively and likely to purchase good A if the price of good A fall by 50%. Also, respondents will purchase good consider the quality, the value, and the quantity of goods before willing to pay the high price. This is because 10 respondents strongly agree to purchase good A even if the price is high, which was stated in statement 2. From the same statement, there were 3 respondents strongly disagree and 8 respondents disagree to this statement, which means that these respondents will not purchase for good A if the price is high. Secondly, consumer choice is influenced by purchase intention. Purchase intention is that the majority of consumers intended to buy some product because of the low price and acceptable quality respectively. Consumers will change their preference according to the price of goods. This is because, according to the third statement, show that 14 and 7 respondents strongly agree to purchase good A if the price of good B is increased. Other than that, when good B price increase, most of the people, which are about 21 out of 32 respondents, will choose to purchase good A due to these two good being substitute product. Substitute product is a good that can satisfy people with similar wants and needs. Last factor is income effect. Income effect can change in consumption choice of consumer due to a change in amount of money available for an individual to spend. From an economic perspective, people demand for normal goods, which will increase when their income rise, while people demand will decrease when their income fall. By supporting that statement, respondents will purchase good A or both if their income is increased by 50%. 12 and 7 respondents strongly agree to purchase good A if their income is increased by 50%. And also 11 and 6 respondents strongly agree to purchase both good A and good B if their income increased by 50%. In summary, respondents might consider purchasing the goods based on their overall income and wage level, thus their budgetary constraint.
In conclusion, we can know what is the respondent choice and the reason respondents make more purchase due to the brand, income, product price. From our group point of view, consumer choice is really important because it will affect the demand curve and also will affect the marketer if nobody wants to buy their stuff. Lastly, I suggest every marketer to do a survey to find out consumer preferences and be able to attract consumer when marketer find out.
Often I'm upset that I